Have you ever watched a drama so adorable, so feel good that you couldn't stop smiling the entire time? That's exactly what happened when I watched Head Over Heels. And trust me, if you like a good old romantic comedy mixed with supernatural fantasy, you're going to want to stick around for this one. First off, Head Over Heels is a romance and fantasy K-drama series on Amazon Prime starring Cho Young-woo and Cho Hyun as the main leads. Don't worry, I'll keep this review spoiler free for the most part unless I warn you ahead of time. Imagine falling head over heels for someone the second you see them and then realizing their life is cursed with a tragic fate. Yeah, welcome to the cute chaos that the show is. You will witness a light-hearted high school romance with a magical twist. By day, Park Seong-ga is a seemingly normal student, but by night, she works as a shaman, able to see people's destinies, both good and tragic. All she wants is a typical teenage life. Go to college, have fun, and maybe fall in love, but only with someone insanely good looking. One evening, Bae Gyeon-yu, a ridiculously handsome and mysterious looking boy, unexpectedly shows up at her family's shrine. Seong-ga falls for him at first sight, but also sees a haunting vision of his tragic fate. Apparently, he is destined to die soon in a course of 21 days. And coincidentally, he shows up again, the very next day as a transfer student in her class. Determined to rewrite destiny, she sets out to protect him at all costs, even if he has no idea what she is up to. What follows is a quirky, heartwarming story of secret identities, shamanic rituals, and the sweet chaos of trying to outrun destiny, all in the name of first love. From the very first episode, the female lead completely stole my heart. Cho Hyun is just adorable on screen, charming, bubbly, and so believable as a high schooler. There's this natural innocence and charm to her acting that makes you instantly root for her. The male lead, even though he's supposed to be the same age, gave off more of a college student vibe next to her. But honestly, you get used to it pretty quickly. The difference isn't jarring and it definitely doesn't take away from the chemistry between them. At first I thought this was going to be your typical cliché teen love story, the kind where the girl falls in love at first sight because the guy is so ridiculously handsome, and yeah, that's kind of how it starts, but as the show progresses, the emotional depth really kicks in. You start to feel everything they feel for each other, the fear, the warmth, the desperate need to protect one another, and what begins as a naive high school crush slowly transforms into a surprisingly mature relationship built on trust, sacrifice, and friendship. This is one of those shows where even the supporting characters are perfectly chosen. Take Kim Mi-kyung for example. She is the spirit mother of Seong-ga, who by the way I swear is in every other K-drama I watch, and yet again, she completely stole the show. She is also a shaman, and this might honestly be one of the best roles I have ever seen in. There is this cool and mysterious, almost nonchalant vibe to her character that's really intriguing. Then we have the second lead played by Cha Kang-gyun. He is the classic supportive best friend who harbors feelings for the female lead, and while he plays his part well, I really wish their friendship had stayed completely platonic. It was such a refreshing, heartwarming dynamic at first, and I feel like it would have made an even stronger impact if it stayed that way. Choo Jae-yoon, who plays the character of Yeom-hwa, a morally grey character, has a pivotal role in the story. She adds a lot of tension and mystery at first, and I was quite invested in her backstory, but honestly, her arc felt way too underdeveloped. There was so much potential in her storyline, but it was completely ignored towards the end. Visually, the drama is stunning. The way the shamanic rituals and spiritual elements were portrayed on screen was absolutely beautiful, thanks to some really impressive camera work and atmospheric lighting. It gave the show a unique visual identity that stood out from your average high school romance. As for the plot, it's an emotional roller coaster but in a good way. It balances youthful love, friendship, and the supernatural in a way that feels light but meaningful. There's a softness to the storytelling that makes it an easy, feel-good watch until you hit the last two episodes. And here's where things dip a little. The final stretch felt rushed. Yeom-hwa's storyline wasn't given the closure it deserved, and suddenly the tension just disappears. It felt like there was no real villain anymore, and the plot kind of speed ran to a conclusion that didn't hit as hard as it could have. Still, despite the slightly underwhelming ending, Head Over Heels is a solid drama. It's cute, visually beautiful, and emotionally satisfying for the most part. The leads have great chemistry, the supporting cast do a great job, and the story, though simple, has enough depth to keep you hooked. Overall, if you're into high school romance and supernatural themes, this one's definitely worth watching. It may not be perfect, but it's a feel good drama with a lot of heart, and sometimes that's exactly what you need. So, have you seen it yet? Or is it still on your watch list? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to know what you think. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more K drama content, and turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.